Hey, what's up, guys? This is AG. Yesterday, UPSC declared the result for prelims 2017. This video is for the people who, failed in this exam. See, first of all, this failure is not a conventional failure. Okay, this competition is for getting selected in the service. So, if the result PDF file doesn't have your number, that doesn't mean you have failed. Okay, this just means that you have not selected. Okay, you just failed short with the competition. You are so. What is our problem now? Is that we take that decision as a failure, and we associate that decision with our life so much so that we think that we are not worth a penny. This kind of thinking is negative. This is harmful for our development. We will not progress if we have the same thoughts. So we need to change our thoughts so that we will bring change in our life. Okay, this exam is to make a person a better person. This is not a conventional exam. Okay, you will find so many exams in this India, but very few will change your life as UPSC does. So UPSC demands a person who is logical in his thinking. So this result of yesterday is, we should think about that result rationally. We should use our brain. For that, we need to identify our mistakes, whatever the mistakes that we have done in our preparation. See, most common mistake is that we don't really focus on the proper study or the proper things that UPSC demands. Most people I found, they lose their focus throughout their preparation. Why this happens? Because this exam is so lengthy. It takes almost 2 years of your life to crack in first attempt. Okay, even if it is a first attempt, you have to study for at least 2 years. So this exam demands rigorous work with lots and lots of patience. So if you don't have this kind of patience, or if you don't show this kind of patience, so showing patience means what? See, if you are not selected in this year's mains, so you have to show your patience. How to show this patience means you will prepare for the next exam with the same intensity, with same passion. Okay, you have to not allow yourself to lose your passion, not allow yourself to lose your focus, not allow yourself to lose the enthusiasm that you are going to use to crack this exam. Don't lose your hope right now. Even if you have lost, you have to show the patience. You have to hope that you will pass this next year's exam. If you don't show this hope, obviously, then it's very unlikely that UPSC will select you. You have to show the patience. Patience are very important. Hard work, consistency. What do I mean by hard work? See, hard work means even if you don't feel to study, even if you want to enjoy something else rather than study, still if you force yourself to study, if you force yourself to complete your target, whatever is the target of that day, then it is called as a hard work. Okay, so most people lack these kind of things, but there are 13,000 of people who showed hard work in this year's exam. So you can also become a hardworking guy or girl. So what I suggest you is to gather your strength, show some patience, and study hard. Again, study should be smart also. If you don't use do smart study, then again you fall behind the competition. See, there are guys from IITs, IIMs, AIMs, NITs, BITS Pilani, okay, COEP, or numerous other colleges. These guys are, you know, trained themselves in doing smart work. They find the crux of the syllabus, they find the crux of the question paper, they know what to write. That's why they pass, most of them pass in the first attempt. So same should be your approach. You should show some kind of smartness in your study. Smartness with hard work, with a pinch of lots of patience, not pinch of but lots of patience, then this is the formula for success. You will get a success, definitely going to get success. Again, one more thing, people, what happens, many aspirants start preparing for prelims after like February or January of the next year. Obviously, if the exam is in June, people start preparing for from February. That is good if you have already attempted prelims. But if you are starting for prelims as if right now, if 2018 will be your first attempt, then you should start for prelims from this day only. Why I am saying so? Because see, what happens is that if you start early, you don't have to worry when the exam is near. What happens if you start in the February, then you have to give your 100% for prelims. You can't focus on mains in that time period. But I have seen so many toppers that wrote mains test series before 1 month of prelims, because they were so confident in cracking the prelims, and they did. In this year also, so many of my friends cracked UPSC prelims. So they know what to study, how to study, and from where to study, and they study. Again, see, thinking is different and doing is a different thing. If you only think and don't do, then obviously there will not be a good result. So what I will suggest you is to identify your mistake first. The common mistakes which UPSC aspirant does, I have made one separate video on that. You can watch it. Okay. So avoid these mistakes in this year's preparation. Okay, what I will suggest you is to see some books I will refer. You can, and see, by my knowledge, as per my knowledge, okay, it is limited, I know, but still, if you read those books 2 times, then you are definitely going to pass the prelims, as well as you are going to score good marks in mains. That I can give in a writing. See which books I will tell you. See, for history, modern history, you should read Spectrum. If you mug up the Spectrum for history, you are done for the prelims as well as mains also. Okay, focus on 2 questions of prelims which come from modern history, like India's freedom struggle. There will be 2 questions from that. So these questions are very easy. Any layman can solve those questions. But still, people make mistakes. Aspirants makes these kind of mistakes. These are called silly mistakes. Why they do such kind of silly mistake? Because they don't practice. So how to practice? Read the Rajiv Ahir's Spectrum book. That's it. Read it. The ready-made data is given at the back of that book. If you just mug up those data, you will definitely going to solve the 2 questions or 3 questions or 1 question the UPSC asks in the prelims. That I can guarantee. Nothing goes beyond Spectrum for modern history. Second, for environment, I will suggest you to read Vision and Insight material as well as IS Parliament or any three magazine that you find relevant to environment. For current affairs of environment, I will suggest you to read GK Today. Okay. Then follow the newspaper rigorously for environment news. Make the compilation. There must be a separate notebook for environment. On that notebook you will write the notes every day of that particular topic, that is environment. Whatever you read across internet or the newspapers, you will find out the things that are relevant to the environment. You will note down those things on that particular notebook. You will revise those things. That's it. See, conventionals and the protocols are very static portion. They usually don't focus on these kind of questions, but in option they might give you these kind of things to confuse the student. So that's why we should buy some magazines from Vision, from Insight, from Parliament, or for sure whatever GS Score is there. There are so many. Baba is there. Any three magazine you follow, not so many, not 4 or 5 magazines, but any three follow magazine you can follow. So for convention and the protocols, you can even buy this year's magazines. Okay, no need to wait for next year's compilation, because these convention and these protocols are going to be same. There will not be any major change in that, not a single change, I can say that. But for current affairs, you can follow GK Today, the monthly compilation. You buy those compilation of GK Today and you read, you make notes of those compilation, and you can revise them. Then it will be, environment will be over. So we have covered like freedom struggle, then we have covered environment. For polity, there is one Bible called Lakshmikant. So this Lakshmikant book, you have to read every point of that Lakshmikant book. It is a big book, so start from now. See, identify those topics that you haven't read till now. You go to that topic, you study those topic. Again, after studying those topic, there is one polity series on our channel. You go through those polity series and you will find much important data. And I'm sure that some of you will find that so many things you have missed while reading one particular topic. Whatever is important, I have covered in those lecture series. But still, you have to revise those points, otherwise everything will be doomed. So thus we have covered 3 points: polity, environment, and freedom struggle. The 4th point I would like to mention is economics. See, economics also is very easy if you understand. If there is a conceptual understanding of economics, you will definitely going to score more marks in economics. See, they ask application based questions in the prelims. They don't just ask what is this meaning of this particular concept. No, they directly ask you the application based questions. So obviously, if you don't understand or understood this question, these concepts, you are not going to solve those questions. And believe me guys, once you understood the particular concept, you will find these questions are very easy and you will get a joy by solving them. Okay, seriously, you will be laughing that you have worried for this kind of questions. So for that, what one should do? See, for economics, first you read Ramesh Singh's book. Only one book of Ramesh Singh is enough. Okay, so basic concepts like GDP, GNP. Okay, these concepts you should know. What is role of RBI? What is role of SEBI? These kind of things you should know. Okay, then after completing Ramesh Singh's book, okay, even if you don't understand the concepts of Ramesh Singh, then I will suggest, if you want to understand the basic concept of particular economics topic, then I will suggest you do some research on Investopedia. Next, what you should do, there is a channel called Learning Space on YouTube. they provide a lecture on YouTube, but right now they are previously they used to provide the lectures free of cost, but nowadays they are charging some money. So you go to their website. Okay, Learning Space is the name of the channel. You go to their website, you subscribe to their package, and learn the concepts, basic concepts that are relevant to UPSC prelims. After that, after completing these two things, okay, you go to the mrunal.com. You learn the economics from mrunal.com. It is more than sufficient. More than sufficient. No questions. I dare UPSC to ask one question which is not covered by the Mrunal's economy. Okay, you will not find a single question which is not covered by the Mrunal in his economy lecture series. Okay, so what you need to do is to follow Mrunal's lectures. Again, what happens, you will watch that particular lecture for one time. After few days you are going to forget those points. Why? This is the problem. You don't revise. So what happens, at the time of exam you will not be able to recall these. It is very dangerous. So you go to the Mrunal's video, you watch those videos again and again, and it will be very helpful for you. Okay, so we have covered like economics, polity, environment, and the fourth one is freedom struggle. What is remaining? See again, what is remaining? One more thing is remaining, that is international relations. Okay, the UPSC loves to ask questions on international relations. See, there are so many international bodies, so many conventions, so many United Nations organs. Okay, we don't know. If you don't know about them, if you don't know their location, if you don't know their motto, what they are working on, what is India's relation to particular with particular organization, then it will be difficult for you to attempt those questions. For that, what I will suggest you is to read any compilation by Vision, Insight. Okay, for this year's compilation there will be one compilation given by the Vision for mains 2017. So you just buy those compilation, you read those compilation, you understand those compilation. If you don't understand particular thing, you ask to your senior, you ask to your colleagues, your friends, your teacher. Okay, you anywhere, you Google it, that particular concept on the internet, you find the video on YouTube, you do whatever, but you should know those things. What is the India's relation with Sri Lanka, what kind of things we are doing with Sri Lanka, contemporary things, and some historical background. There is very little historical backgrounds. Again, if you got to know the historical background, is a one time process. You don't have to do some lots of hard work to remember the historical background. It is like just a story, and we love story, everybody loves stories. Okay, so just like a story, you take what is the relationship with India and Sri Lanka, what is the historical relationships with Myanmar, what is the historical relationship with Pakistan. There are so many countries. You focus on these kind of things, you learn, understand what is the relationship status of India with those countries, what India is doing, are there any projects that we are doing with those countries, how our people to people ties with those countries, what are our economic relationship with those countries, are which kind of resources are found in those countries, what India needs from those countries, what these countries needs from India, what we can provide, what they can give. These kind of things you should know about particular country. For that purpose, you read one compilation from Vision anyway, and it will be very good for you. Then for international organization, again, international organization static part most of the time, but focus on the international organizations which are currently in the news. But again, it is very difficult, to finding out which is currently in news, because we read very limited resources. Like, you will read Hindu or Indian Express or both. Beyond that, not so many people go. But UPSC don't have these kind of constraints. They can read anywhere, from anywhere, and they might think that this is a contemporary issue. But obviously, there are limited number of international organizations which are very important, and these are organizations are covered by those magazines. So you go read and read those about those organizations from those magazines. That's it. You read from those magazines, you learn those things, you understand those things, you revise those things. That's it. There will not be a single question that you will miss. Next, geography, the main and the most important. See, for geography, what I will suggest is to read the NCERTs first. First, you need to read NCERTs. First, you need to read whatever is important in the NCERT. After reading NCERT, you might use gist of NCERT or Majid Hussein's book for prelims. Okay. So again, they have just made notes out of those NCERTs. Okay, NCERT already gives tells us the information in a lucid manner. There are maps, there are some dialogues, there is a storytelling in telling those facts which are relevant to geography. So even after those covering those, even if you don't make a note out of those points, you just need to understand the concepts. I'm sure it is very easy process. You should understand the concepts. Understanding concepts is a very important part. Then after understanding concept, what you need to do, you should buy one Majid Hussain book or any other prelim specific book which have covered geography topics. You mug up those points. Then what happens, most of the time geographic questions are contemporary one. So what I will suggest you, that you need to focus on the mapping. So mapping consists of so many things. Like, first of all, I will tell you what are the important landforms of particular country, of particular area, that you should know. There are various landforms, like plateaus there are rivers are there are mountains are there, fold mountains are there are volcanic mountains are there volcanism is a phenomena, there are beds. Okay, so islands are there also. So many things are there inside the landforms. Then you should focus on the passes, all the important passes near the India. Then the most important thing that you need to focus is the national parks and biosphere reserves and the lakes. Okay, so these things you should not forget. Find out the important lakes in India, find out the important biosphere reserves in India. What is the difference between biosphere reserve and national park? Okay, so we need to find out that. What are the important national parks? Which kind of animal is protected in that particular national park? Is that national park is near to the capital city or not? What is the longitudinal and latitudinal location of that particular park or biosphere reserve or any other city which is currently in news? Okay, if you don't do that, then there are less chances to attempting those questions which are direct. And believe me guys, they ask very simple question on geography, very simple. If you do know the answer, then it is very easy for you to attempt these questions. But for that, again, you need to show some patience. You need to do this job on daily basis. Daily you need to view in the maps. So for maps, what one should do, again I will tell you, for maps you buy the Oxford Atlas and you mug up the Oxford Atlas. Again, census data you should remember, very important. Census data, see what kind of tribes are located in which area, what kind of religious peoples are located in which area. Okay, there are so many things. And if you don't know what to study in the map, ask the expert who is nearer to you. You ask the expert will guide you, and it will be helpful for you to solve those questions. It is very easy. Remember, nothing is difficult, but you have to show some patience. You have to do hard work with smartness. So what is remaining now? Geography is completed, polity is completed, economic completed, freedom struggle is completed, environment is completed, international relations is completed. What is remaining now? See, remaining 2-3 things are there. Science tech is remaining, and ancient and medieval history, art and culture is remaining. Okay. See, science tech is a topic which not only covers the science tech but also covers the defense. See, India does so many exercises with so many countries. We need to find out those exercises, and these exercises they ask on contemporary issues, which are the exercise which is famous in that particular time period. They will ask on those exercises. Again, if you follow these exercises on daily basis, it is good. Even if you don't follow this exercise on daily basis, you can cover, you can get a compilation of those exercises in February. If you are starting preparing for prelims in February, then you can do that in February also. It is very static part. There is no such more things that to remember. Okay, again in February what you need to do? Again, prepare for reports. There are various reports released by so many people, so many organizations release so many reports, so many departments release so many reports. You find a compilation of those reports, you mug up those compilation, that's it. Then science tech news, again find the compilation from Vision IS. Again, what Vision IS do, whatever they publish in their monthly magazine, they just compile them. So if you follow those monthly magazine on monthly basis, then there will not be much things to read in that compilation. So what you are going to do, if you are following the monthly magazine of Vision IS, then you will get a compilation of the IS Parliament or IS Baba, any 3 magazine. See, competition is so tough now, we need to follow at least 3 magazines. If you are saying that I will follow only one magazine, then there are less possibilities of you getting selected. So right now what you need to do is that you need to follow at least 3 magazines, at least, and at max 4. I will say 4, at least 3 you need to follow. Okay, so what is the next thing that you need to do regarding science tech? Nothing else. The concepts, again, the news, if the news involve a particular word which is a concept, then you should Google that particular concept, you should understand the particular concept, and you should find the application of that particular concept. Like if there is a term like hyperloop, so if you don't know anything about the word hyperloop, then you have to Google it. Then you will find out that this is a mechanism through which we are going to travel less the distance between the 2 cities or to any 2 points. So for that purpose they are using vacuum tubes. Why vacuum tubes? Because there will be less friction. Again, the physics says us to that less friction means higher the speed, so in a less time you will reach the destination. Okay, so this is a concept. So find out the applications. These are the applications. Hyperloop has only one application, that is traveling between the places. Again, concept is a genetical modification. What are the applications? Find out those applications. Genetic engineering, find out the applications. CRISPR-9 technology, gene editing technology, find out the applications. That's it. Again, what happens? You learn, understand the concept, then you find out the application. Focus on the application part. They will ask those application in the options given under a particular question, and they will ask you select 2 or 3 below which are correct or which is not correct. So what I will suggest you to read 3 or 4 magazine, read a compilation. You can do those things in February also. It's very easy. But for geography you need to do start preparing for now. For environment you need to start prepare for now. For polity you need to start prepare for now. Again, one more point that I have missed is art and culture. Again, art and culture is a very static point. It covers so many things. Okay, so what I will suggest, you buy a immediate art and culture notes from the market. Okay, you learn those art and culture facts. Again, there is a series by the Mronal on art and culture. You rigorously follow that series. That's it, you're done then. Again, for geography also, I forgot to mention, is to follow the Mronal's lecture series. Again, this is the right time. See, these following series is completing the revision of those series is going to take a lot of time. So right now, if you make the notes out of those videos, okay. Earlier, what used to happen is that they were used to post the videos after a few days, but now they have completed the series. So for you, the person who is starting preparing for the UPSC prelims right now, it is very easy. They have already data. You just need to understand, revise, and remember. That's it. There is nothing to do. It's very easy. Okay. Again, what is the importance of test series? See, test series, you join any 2 test series, 2. Okay. For see, again, if you don't have enough money to join the test series, it is also okay. You will get the xerox of those test series in any xerox center. I'm sure you must have one xerox center in your locality where they give us the test series papers. Again, this is I should not encourage this kind of behavior, but still, if you are not having enough money, then obviously you have to do these kind of things. But if you are having money, then you join one test series, not 2. But if you have money, then you join one test series. Follow the timetable of test series rigorously. Don't say that I will join the test series now, but I will give the papers in the month of May or April. No, that is not going to work. Believe me guys, that is not going to work. You need to follow the timetable of that particular test series rigorously. There is no substitute to that. But if you don't want to follow this timetable, you don't join the test series. But what I will suggest, join the test series, follow the timetable. Even if you score 1 or 2 marks, see, I am saying 1 or 2, focus on those marks. Even if you see, what should be your approach is, see, if you give a test right now, if you haven't read a single book of UPSC prelims, still if you give the exam right now and you score 1 or 2 marks, then also it is okay. But point is, if you score 1 or 2 mark in this test series, in the first test, you should score 3 or 4 marks in the second test. That's should be your approach. You should go for maximizing your score on daily basis. I'm sure on one day you will find that even if after so much study you will score less marks than the previous test series, but your approach should be such that you will score 1 or 2 marks more than the previous test series. Don't fear the test series. This is not to these people fear the test series. Why? Because they think that they haven't studied, they will fail. Obviously, that's why we have joining the test series. What are our mistakes? We need to identify the mistake. We need to identify the area on which we should focus. For that only we are joining a test series. That is the main purpose. And don't compare your marks with other people. Again, if you start comparing, you will lose. This is the philosophy of life also. You don't compare with your others. Whatever happens with others is their matter. You don't compare your score with other people. There is always a person who is better than you, who is ahead than you. So there is no limit. You will not stop. If you start comparing, you will not stop comparing. But you stop comparing, you will not start comparing. That's it. Okay, remember my words. You don't compare your marks with other people's mark, but your approach should be that you should score more marks than the previous marks. That's it. Follow the timetable. Even if you don't read a single thing in that particular test series, like if they give syllabus and they say that okay, on this syllabus we are going to ask questions in the next test series, and due to some unforeseen circumstances, if you don't read a single point from that syllabus, still you go, you sit there and you complete the test. But again, after completing test, don't just throw that test in the dustbin. You need to analyze the mistakes. Here many people fail. Most of their people fail here. You need to analyze your mistakes. You need to overcorrect them. Otherwise, there will not be a benefit of a test series. What is the point of joining a test series if you don't study the test paper and your score and how to maximize your score? If you don't have a plan, then there is no point of joining a test series. That's it. Again, there are 3 R which are important in UPSC, not only prelims but in all mains also. What are these 3 R's? You need to practice, you need to revise, you need to repeat, you need to redo these things again and again. If you don't, then there is very less chance of you forget the prelims. But even in the mains also, if you don't follow these ideas, then you will fail. Because what happens, see again, if you don't follow the ideas, there will be somebody who is going to follow the same ideas. Just because he followed those ideas, he is going to pass. Not because he is so many extraordinary person. No, that is not the thing. He will pass because he inculcated those ideas in his preparation. And you will lose because you haven't. That's it. But what we tend to think is that he is more cleverer than you. Obviously he is cleverer than you. Why? Because he is following those ideas and you are not following those ideas. So what happens? You will lose. So how to make yourself winning side? You need to follow those ideas. As simple as it can. That's it. There is no some rocket science involved in the preparation of the UPSC. Remember that. There is no rocket science. It's just a simple exam. A very simple exam if you understand it. But we fail to understand the exam. What is the pattern of this exam? Then we make some mistakes and we repeat those mistakes. So there will be the same result again and again. Even if you give a n number of attempts, you will end up with the same result. You need to change that. How to change that? Again, follow these ideas. Follow the test series. Do some lots of practice. Have some patience. Read some good thoughts. Watch my video on common mistakes. How to correct them. I have done also that. You go there, you find those mistakes, you identify those mistakes, you correct them. That's it. That's it. Nothing is very serious in this exam. Don't make it. And don't associate this exam with your ego. Even if you not get selected after even 6 attempts or 10 attempts, whatever number of attempts, still you are a good person. Try to become a good person. Try to become a better person on daily basis. This is should be our motto. See, if you draw a one particular line which describes the start point of your life and the end point of your life, you will find that it takes a very less part coverage of your life. This preparation of UPSC takes very less coverage of your life. But right now we tend to focus that this period is very, going to decide your life. Though that is not the point. It's a very easy period. It's a very short period. Make it sweet. Quickly pass this period. There are so many things that you need to do in your life. There are so many wonderful things you can do in your life. And it is very easy to pass this exam. Believe me, it's very easy. So you should focus on those things that I have told. You should practice. You should watch the videos. There are n number of videos also. So many academies are posting so many videos on YouTube. You can follow those also. If you like my videos, you can follow my videos. If you want to ask some questions, you can ask. But probably is that, if it is a conceptual question only, I will entertain. I don't entertain the factual questions most of the time. If it is a conceptual, obviously I am ready. I like those kind of questions. I know this video becomes so lengthy, but point is that after listening this video, you should start your preparation. If you start this preparation, I will be very happy. Okay, and comment down below if you are starting your preparation after watching this video. So thanks guys for watching this video, and we will meet in the next video. Peace.